Suddenly, the Earth can no longer sustain human life. Where do we go from here? To Mars or the Moon? Even though they are relatively closer, the environment there is extremely desolate. While Earth has undergone about 4.5 billion years of evolution, throughout these long ages, life has continuously evolved to adapt to Earth's environment. This includes the atmosphere, temperature, and gravity, factors like water levels and radiation levels and all that jazz. The search for a perfect tier and all its perfect elements. Easier said than done, but according to estimates, about a third of the planets in the galaxy might have conditions suitable for nurturing life, and these life forms might surpass human imagination. A perfect planet that's more than twice the size of Earth. It could already be there. Planets outside our solar system that may harbor alien life. Let's explore together below. Those that potentially have life and are suitable for a backup planet. First off, let's define exoplanets as planets outside our solar system, orbiting around other stars. So what are some exoplanets that might be more suitable for life than Earth? The age of a planet beyond the movie is crucial. It depends on its mother star. Our sun has a relatively short lifespan, only 10 billion years, and the sun has already passed about 5 billion years. Earth has approximately 4 billion years of habit. So, based on calculations, as the sun enters its final stage of life, it will expand and consume most of the surrounding planets. If you want to find a super habitable planet, then its mother star's lifespan needs to be between 20 to 70 billion years so that it can provide the planet with more time to develop and sustain life and civilization. The type of its mother star is also crucial. Take the sun, for example. It belongs to a G-type star with a surface temperature exceeding 5,500 degrees Celsius. And in terms of habitability, G-type stars and K-type stars with slightly lower temperatures have the advantage. The surface temperature of K-type stars is between 3,400 to 4,900 degrees Celsius. These types of stars release less harmful ultraviolet rays and radiation. This can reduce damage to life's DNA and create more favorable conditions for the birth and development of life. The third key factor is the planet's position in the habitable zone. It's crucial for a planet to be at the right distance. The habitable zone refers to the distance a planet needs to maintain from its star. This allows for regions on the planet's surface where liquid water can exist, because the distance between that has a significant impact on its temperature. If a planet is too close to its star, it will become scorching hot like Mercury. Too far away, it will be as cold as Neptune. The size of the 4 planets also matters. Generally, the bigger, the better, because planets outside Earth's size are more likely to have land. This is crucial for human survival. After all, humans can't survive on a huge gaseous planet like Jupiter. So now what do? Let's combine those 4 key elements. Let's see which exoplanets are out there that could meet the standards for a super habitable planet, right? First up, we have Kepler's 2b. This planet has a reputation as a super-Earth. It's located in the Lyra constellation, orbiting a star called Kepler's K-type star. It's twice the size of Earth, and it has a solid rocky surface. It just so happens to be in the habitable zone of the galaxy. Its surface is covered with liquid water. It meets multiple habitable conditions. His mother star is 40% smaller than the sun. It also burns fuel much slower than the sun. At the current rate of consumption, this planet is in the habitable zone of the star. It could exist for up to 30 billion years. This meets another key condition. Since its discovery in 2015, researchers also found his 1 solar year is only equivalent to 112 days on Earth. Assuming its rock composition is similar to Earth's, then this planet's gravity is approximately about 30% stronger than Earth's. This means humans on it would feel about 1/3 heavier than on Earth. Even so, given its super long lifespan and great livability, researchers generally believe it might be more suitable for living than Earth. But it's about 1,200 light years away from Earth. That's over 11 trillion kilometers in kilometers. Even traveling at the current fastest speed of the Parker Solar Probe, its speed can reach 692,000 kilometers per hour. To travel at that speed to get there, it would also take over 1.8 million years. You know what? Earth seems to have a distant relative out there, in the deep corners of the universe. There's a planet that might be Earth's long-lost cousin. But because it's so far away, they hardly ever visit each other. How far is it, you ask? It's nearly 17 million miles away. Moving at a speed of 692,000 kilometers per hour, it would take over 2.8 million years to reach there. That's Kepler 452b, also known as Earth 2.0. Its distance from the parent star is very similar to Earth and the Sun. It's 156 million kilometers from the parent star, while Earth is 149 million kilometers from the Sun. But it's orbiting Star is 11% larger than the Sun. On Kepler 452b, the greenhouse effect is stronger. Its surface temperature is 27 to 62 degrees Celsius higher than Earth's. This temperature is still within the range where liquid water can, and it's 60% larger. That's good news, because larger planets can maintain internal heat and for a longer period of time, providing more favorable conditions for the existence of oceans. During Kepler 452b's superhabitable period, perhaps not much time is left, because its parent star, Kepler 452, is about 6 billion years old and similar in size to the Sun. But since it has entered the later stages of stellar evolution, this has caused the habitable zone of the star system to shift outward, and Kepler 452b happens to lie on the edge of this crucial region. As the theory goes, it might only have 500 million to 91 years of habitable time left. After that, it will become uninhabitable due to excessive temperature, sustaining life. It's quite a shame, really. Kepler might be, for 52b's future, after all, won't be on Earth, at the family reunion of twin planets. Speaking of family, Earth seems to have a long-lost twin. Blood brothers. There's a planet outside of our solar system that's incredibly similar to Earth. His name is KOI 4878.01. KOI stands for Kepler Object of Interest. What this means is, he hasn't been fully confirmed as a planet yet, because signals from planet can sometimes get mixed up with signals from sunspots, but if he does end up being confirmed as a planet, that's practically on par with Earth. It's located in the Draco constellation. It's over 90 trillion kilometers away from Earth. This KY planet shares a whopping 98% similarity with Earth, especially in terms of size and temperature. When calculating the radius of other exoplanets, Earth's radius is a commonly used reference point. KY 4878.01 is 5% larger than Earth. Its radius measures 1.05 times that of Earth. That's over 6,696 kilometers. For a super habitable planet, this size is pretty ideal. It's bigger than Earth, but not as big as Neptune. It could be a super Earth, even though the parent star of KOI 4878.01 is hotter. It's a G-type star, with temperatures ranging from 5,500 to 7,200 degrees Celsius, but its average surface temperature is only 16 degrees Celsius. Seems a little chilly, but the average temperature of Earth is 15 degrees Celsius, just a difference of 1 degree. These two twin planets are really hard to tell apart. Imagine this. Waking up one morning, you look out the window, all you see is red plants, trees, bushes, and grass. The whole world is a sea of red. This is Kepler. We might see on the surface of Kepler 186f. Why aren't the plants here green? It's because of the parent star of Kepler 186f. It's colder than our blazing yellow sun. It's redder under these lighting conditions. The plants on this super planet have likely evolved to harness the ability to carry out photosynthesis using red wavelength light, even though the color is different. A study in 2018 showed that Kepler 186f might also have seasonal changes. The climate is similar to Earth's. Furthermore, it is located within its star system's habitable zone. It's called the Goldilocks zone for a reason. The environmental conditions here are neither too hot nor too cold. It's pretty much in the ideal comfort zone, putting aside the sea of red. It's like a planet that's just perfect for living on, you know? And there might already be some signs of life, like evidence that life actually exists. Kepler 186f has got scientists all hyped up. They're out there exploring this planet nonstop, trying to track down any signs of alien life. There's a report out there about some radio noise coming from that planet. They found some things, not totally sure, but man, it's got everyone excited. These radio signals were captured by the Allen Telescope Array. Scientists discovered when analyzing signals emitted by planets. Radio waves emitted by typical planetary systems usually originate from the material of planets and stars, interacting with electromagnetic fields. Some researchers believe, Kepler 186f, that certain patterns in the radio data, it could be a deliberate signal. In other words, it could be a signal from alien technology. Unfortunately, the data is not conclusive. This conclusion is not widely accepted. Because these patterns cannot be replicated, it's likely just a coincidence. If there is life out there, all we can do is pray they. It's not like some crazy alien from a sci-fi movie. That's as dangerous as a facehugger. However, we might never know the answer. Because even flying at a speed of 69.2 million kilometers per hour, it would take over 900,000 years to reach there. Because it's located in the constellation of Cygnus, approximately 580 light years away from Earth. Among the many celestial bodies, thousands of them are Kepler candidate objects. RQI 5554.01 may be the most attractive among them. This is because it is a potentially super habitable planet with ideal conditions for sustaining life. It is about 6.5 billion years old, which is a very suitable age. Its orbital period is similar to Earth's, at 362 days, and its radius is 0.96 times that of Earth, although larger size generally favors superhabitability. But this radius also indicates he has a solid rock surface. Having a rock surface can increase the possibility of nurturing life, because many animals and plants need the chemicals, nutrients, and minerals are easier to be utilized in solid form. Its temperature is also relatively high, reaching 26 degrees Celsius. It's the distance from its parent star, just like the distance between Earth and the Sun. Both are 150 million. The mass of this planet is also very close to Earth. Earth's mass is 6.5 trillion tons, and its mass is 1.02 times the mass of Earth. That's 67 trillion tons. But distance remains a challenge. It's 700 light years away from Earth, over 60 trillion kilometers. But looking at it from a different angle, our early human ancestors, the Erectus, have been surviving on Earth for over 1.5 million years, while Homo sapiens only appeared around 300,000 years ago. Considering that the time span of human development isn't really that long, we still have thousands of years, even possibly millions of years, to expand and explore the universe. To grasp the future of I really have a chance to live with a different mom. Have you guys heard about that super cold heart? Treepy's 1. He has a system of 7 planets surrounding him, similar to our solar system's 8 planets. Very alike. This system is over 40 light years away from Earth, located in Aquarius, almost 400 trillion kilometers away, including TRAPPIST-E. This exoplanet, she's a strong candidate for a habitable planet. Its quality, the radius density and gravity are similar to Earth's. It's a rocky planet. It could also be a potential water world. And it's located in the habitable zone of the star system, even though it's slightly smaller than Earth. The radius is 0.96 times that, but its atmosphere, the density and thickness shouldn't be a problem. It's perfect for living. As mentioned, ultra-cool dwarf star 5. It's colder than our sun, smaller, weaker, and older, with a history of 7.6 billion years, while the sun is only 4.6 billion years old. Due to its small size, people believe, with its low temperature, it can stably exist for up to 120 billion years. That's over 2,000 times the lifespan of the sun. Actually, this star could very well be one of the last surviving stars in the universe. With the support of a star like this, theoretically, the TRAPPIST system could nurture complex life. Even the water content on its planets might be even greater than Earth's. The mass of water could make up to 5% of its total mass. In comparison, water on Earth only makes up a tiny 0.22% of the planet's. The difference is incredibly significant. If there were an award for the best habitable planet, then Nova 575.01 would most likely take the crown. I mean, he's like the real deal cosmic supermover megastar. It's just that he's extremely far from us, located 3,000 light years, nearly 29 trillion kilometers away from Earth, even though the distance is so vast. But this planet has many factors that make it an ideal habitable environment. First off, the living conditions on this planet are truly exceptional. It's around 5.5 billion years old, right in its stable period. The average surface temperature is 12 degrees Celsius, just slightly lower than Earth's 15 degrees Celsius. Even though this temperature isn't the most ideal, its parent star is a K-type dwarf star. These kind of stars are usually pretty quiet, low activity levels. Compared to G-type stars like the Sun, it's much more stable. That means it won't release dangerous X-rays and won't emit excessive amounts of UV radiation, which greatly increases the likelihood of life being born. Even more chances to nurture advanced life forms. Furthermore, this planet is almost 1.9 times the size of Earth. That's quite a size. Perhaps it will make it even more prosperous than Earth, due to the unique wavelength of the K-star's light. Plants and vegetation on this planet could possibly grow widely. You can see them clearly even from space. That sight must be breathtaking. This exoplanet can definitely live up to its name. Perfect for the propagation of life. What's next? Our next stop on the journey is Kepler-62f. He might look a little blue, like a water world straight out of Dream, despite being in the Libra constellation, about 1,000 light years away from us, a distance of over 9 trillion kilometers. Yet it has all the qualities to be a new home. Both its size and mass are greater than Earth. It's about 2.6 times the mass of Earth, with a radius 1.4 times that of Earth, and it orbits around a K-type star. K-type stars have a really long lifespan, up to 30 billion years. This one's already 7 billion years old. Kepler-62f. It even has potential for moons with the possibility of having satellite. And according to estimates, it's covered by vast, endless ocean, very similar to Earth's oceans. Researchers conducted simulated experiments, testing the planet's carbon dioxide levels and atmospheric thickness, along with orbital information. confirmed its habitability. They reached a conclusion. This planet likely has a climate similar to Earth's. Even the seasons. Its axial tilt is similar to Earth's 23 degrees, approximately between 14 degrees and 30 degrees. But it's tidally locked, always facing the star, while always in darkness on the other side. Even so, the axial tilt can still transfer heat from the sunny side to the colder side, the dark side. This means some regions of the planet are still suitable for life. Kepler-62f is not the only one with a permanent dark side. Superhabitable exoplanet Gliese 667cc is equally intriguing. In some ways, even makes Earth seem slightly inferior. It's considered one of the most likely planets to have liquid water. Near his home in Sunset County, right along that line where day and night meet, with perfect temperatures. Basically, it's locked with one side facing west, forever turning away from the star. But the side that's always facing the star receives about 90% of the sunlight Earth gets. But living on this planet, you have to adapt to some changes. Like a year on Earth is 365 days, but there, it's shortened to just 28 days. So basically, if you're 20 on Earth, you'd be like 260 on that planet. This planet is located in Scorpio, just 22 light years away from us. Seems within arm's reach, but in reality, even with the Parker Solar Probe, the spacecraft flies at a speed of 692,000 kilometers per hour. It will still take over 40,000 years to reach there. But don't lose hope. Technology is advancing by leaps and bounds. Perhaps in the future, this journey won't seem so out of reach anymore. Who knows, by the year 42,000, the dream of traveling to this planet could become a reality. Over the years, humans have always been searching for signs of extraterrestrial, but the most exciting thing is witnessing the moment life is born. The exoplanet K218b might be going through this mysterious process. It's about 125 light years away from Earth, over 1 trillion kilometers. At first glance, it doesn't seem very habitable because of its orbital path beyond the habitable zone of its parent star. And it's much smaller than Earth. Much colder, but research has shown, just because its temperature is low enough, there could possibly be liquid oceans. This is a crucial condition for the birth of life. In 2019, scientists discovered water vapor in the atmosphere of TOI 700d, making up between 0.7% and 1.6%. Scientists, using a special kind of spectroscopic imaging technique, breaking down the light reflected from the planet to identify the chemical elements in the atmosphere, along with other characteristic components. Researchers also speculate that this planet may have cloud layers, likely made up of ice. After all, its surface temperature rarely exceeds 5 degrees Celsius. By the year 2020, NASA announced. James tweeted about the Space Telescope. In its atmosphere, methane was detected, along with carbon dioxide, and there may even be dimethyl sulfide. You see, in Earth's atmosphere, most DMS is emitted by marine phytoplankton. These phytoplankton not only absorb carbon dioxide from the air, but also serve as a crucial food source for marine life. This means, K218 Bravo, there might already be signs of life up there. Scientists also believe, even though this planet is vastly different from Earth, but it might create better conditions for the evolution of new life. Who knows, in a few million years, humans might encounter these extraterrestrial beings. There's a planet called Emperor's Lantern beyond the stars. His name just sounds so unique. You might think, I'm going to introduce a mother star from a distant galaxy. But actually, it's another extraterrestrial star. Its mass is about 1.05 times that of Earth. It might turn red. Astronomers believe there's a 60% chance it has liquid water, even though its orbit is outside the habitable zone of its galaxy. This galaxy has been around for about 8 billion years, a long time for life to emerge. It offers possibilities for a super habitable planet. This age is just right. It's about 12.5 light years away from us, though it's over 112 trillion kilometers. Compared to other planets, it doesn't seem so far-fetched after all. If we fly at a speed of 692,000 kilometers per hour, we're looking at about 18,727 years to get there. Its similarity index to Earth is a whopping 0.95. It's just so good, it's almost unbelievable. But unfortunately, it's got only a 3% chance of having an atmosphere. And without an atmosphere, life would struggle to survive. After all, life finds it hard to thrive in near vacuum conditions, to be born and grow. So if we can't eventually make it on this planet, we've discovered the atmosphere. So the plan for our fans and friends to move there, that might have to be put on hold. Just imagine, if humans evolved underwater instead of on land, then what would they look like? Maybe we'd grow gills and have webbing between our fingers and toes. If we evolved on the planet Kepler RB, Maybe this is what it would look like. This planet located in the direction of the Swan constellation is 635 light-years away from Earth, approximately around 60 trillion kilometers. It's highly likely to be covered in vast oceans. It orbits around a giant star, with a revolution period of 290 days. The brightness of its parent star is 25% lower than the Sun, but its distance is about 15% closer to the star than Earth is to the Sun. So even though it's smaller and cooler, it can maintain a surface temperature of 22 degrees Celsius. Luckily, studies have shown it won't experience the rapid temperature due to the greenhouse effect. This means it can sustain a habitable temperature for a longer period, and its volume is over twice that of Earth. Plenty of space. Studies also show its oceans have huge potential to nurture life. There's another planet called Ross 128 Arm. It's located in Virgo, about 11 light-years away from Earth. This planet is similar in size to Earth. Surface temperature is around 23 degrees Celsius. If there's an atmosphere, there could be liquid water. Scientists are currently really searching for signs of life in the atmosphere of this planet, evidence of existence, possibly containing oxygen, ozone, and methane, all prime ingredients for the evolution of life. Ross 128b seems to be striving to become Earth's interstellar neighbor because of the star system it's in, slowly getting closer to our solar system. In about 79,000 years from now, it will become the closest exoplanet to Earth. Looking at it from its gravitational pull is slightly stronger than humans can withstand 4 times Earth gravity at 1.1 grams. Even though you can feel the increase in gravity, it doesn't have a big impact. Humans, animals, and even plants might not have a hard time adapting to this planet. It might just feel like carrying a little extra weight. For example, a person weighing 68 kilograms on it would feel like lifting it's like carrying around a 15-pound weight on each arm. If we could go to this planet, I bet no one would bother with a scale anymore. If we compare Earth to a house, then Proxima Centauri is just a neighbor next door. He not only possesses abundant resources suitable for life, but also is the closest exoplanet to us, just a stone's throw away in light year. Located in the Centaurus constellation, it could be the future of humanity. Is it the best choice for interstellar immigration? First of all, it's in the habitable zone of its parent star. The radiation emitted by the star, enough to support photosynthesis for plants and bacteria. And there are signs indicating that there used to be water on Proxima Centauri a long time, but now there isn't any, and there's no way to bring it back. But if we come across asteroids and comets with water, crashing could bring water to it. If there's any atmosphere, even just a few scattered coins, it could contain oxygen and carbon dioxide. Even if it lost its atmosphere at some point, volcanic activity on the planet could rebuild, and the new atmosphere that forms might even be more stable than Earth's. But even just 4 light-years away, that's a ridiculously long distance. That's over 38 trillion kilometers to fly. It would take over 7,500 years at our current speed to get there. That's like 268 lifetimes for us, all spent on the journey to get there. But it's closer than you think. The red dwarf system, where Shinbi is located, is super stable. It could last for trillions of years. Plenty of time to nurture life. And right now, there are projects on Earth working on that, dedicated to developing the technology to reach Proxima, new energy and transportation tech. Who knows, in the not-so-distant, the descendants of humanity could be living in this brand-new world, starting a fresh life. Whenever we stand on this piece of familiar land called Earth, gazing up at the stars, imagining a different scenery and forms of life that might exist on a distant planet, it's this yearning for the unknown that keeps pushing humanity forward, exploring the mysteries of the universe. Maybe one day, humanity will achieve the dream of interstellar immigration, sprinkling the seeds of life in every corner of the universe, continuing the chapters of civilization. Let the miracle of life perform on a wider cosmic stage, radiate brilliance,